There's no doubt about it. The legend of USC long snapper Jake Olson continues to grow. His story, well told by now. He lost his vision to cancer at the age of 12, but he continues to stretch the limits of what we all think should be possible, and it looks like he's having a pretty good time along the way. So for more on that, let's welcome in number 61 for the USC Trojans. Jake, first and foremost, thank you so much for making time for us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You've had a heck of an off season by all accounts. I got a lot to ask you, but let's start with this. Since you threw your hat in the ring, how's the quarterback competition been going down there at SC?
Well, you know, to be completely honest with you, Ashley, I had a hard time with some reads, especially, you know. So listen, Helen's talking about second string. You know, I guess we'll see, but yeah, no, the reads were the issue this season, this camp.
Well, Helen doesn't know what he has because your film was impressive. I mean, you could hit the deep ball, scramble, throw on the run. So we're gonna have to talk to Clay.
Yeah, please do.
I will. All right, so favorite thing you did this summer was what, Jake?
I was very fortunate. I was able to go down to North Carolina and drive around Charlotte Motor Speedway in a racing truck, and that was very fun. We got up to about 175 miles per hour, so it's kind of like a roller coaster on steroids. I actually was able to then drive a pace car after that. Didn't get up to 175 miles per hour, but was able to get up to at least, I think, 75. So that, you know, that was pretty good by my standards. You know, not being able to see behind the wheel. You know, you don't want to make a mistake at that speed. But you know, I was able to go speak at different places. You know, to different kids and youth camps, which was fun. I joined the Presidential Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, so I was able to go to Washington D.C. For our first meeting. So it was a very eventful summer.
Well, it sounds that way, and I want to ask about something. Just a couple days ago, with the whole team watching, you jumped off what looked like a really, really high dive. So take me through like kind of how that happened, and we've got the video. What's going through your mind right here as you take the plunge? You
just got to do it. You know, you just got to absolutely just kind of do it, and then I guess deal with the consequences later. But you know, there's definitely a point in that jump where I don't know, maybe 0.75 seconds down, I thought I was going to hit, so I kind of like tried to brace myself, and then like I was like, oh wait, no, I'm not hitting yet, and then I hit. So there was definitely a thought process through the jump.
To me, it seems like you've become a household name last year when you snapped in a live college game for the first time. That perfect snap for the PAT against Western Michigan. I'm just curious, Jake, has your life changed since that day, and if so, how?
Well, ever since that 2009, you know, I was 12, that first, you know, ESPN video came out, people kind of recognized me around USC. I think after I snapped, that became a little more, like you said, a household in the sense of, you know, people who just didn't follow collegiate sports closely started to know my name. But yeah, you know, I think it definitely has changed in the sense where people that, again, don't follow sports necessarily hear my story are inspired, and you know, that's something that's really cool. And I hope, you know, as we continue with this season and, you know, after college, I continue to do to inspire, you know, not only sports fans but people around the earth.
Yeah, well, I can tell you've inspired literally thousands and thousands of people with your love for life. Your joy is contagious even from watching afar. So I'm curious, as a guy who inspires a lot of people, I would love to know who inspires you.
Well, you know, Coach Carroll definitely, especially when I was first becoming blind, was definitely a big inspiration for me. You know, his method of, you know, always, you know, win forever and always competing stuck with me, and that was something that, you know, going into blindness, I said, okay, you know, I'm gonna be blind, but that doesn't mean I stop competing. That doesn't mean, you know, I can't go out there and win in life. And so, you know, he's a big inspiration for me. My parents are big inspirations for me. You know, my dad, with both golf and football, continues to push me. You know, he was really the voice inside my ear that he understands my potential in these sports and isn't gonna let me settle for anything less than reaching my potential.
You mentioned your golf game, Jake, and I can't get through this interview and not ask you about your golf game. You shoot what, in the low 80s? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, I'll be, if I'm out there, you know, high 70s, low 80s, it's a good day for me.
Everyone's curious, how do you putt?
You know, so I'll walk to the pin and back to my ball, just to get a distance. Obviously, feel the undulation. Although, you know, I'll confirm with my dad. You know, okay, obviously his putt's breaking left or right. And then it's just, you know, just feel. It's just a lot of practice and just being able to feel my stroke and feel, you know, I know what an 18-foot, you know, putt feels like. So it's just completing that swing, that stroke, and making sure, you know, obviously have a good stroke on the ball and pray it goes in like every other golfer does.
Jake, you're the best. We've loved following your story these past few years, and it's been a privilege to help share it. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
Thank you. Fight on.